What happens when a country that has lived for decades under the economic shadow of a much larger neighbor suddenly decides it no longer wants to play by those old rules? Because that may be exactly the moment we are witnessing right now. And if you are paying attention, this moment could quietly reshape the future of North American trade. For decades, Canada and the United States have been deeply connected economically. The relationship became so strong that many people assumed it would never truly change. Nearly 3/4 of Canadian exports traditionally went directly to the United States. Energy, lumber, agriculture, and automotive parts flowed across the border every day. The supply chains became so integrated that the border almost felt invisible to businesses on both sides. But relationships like this often create an imbalance of power. Where one country depends heavily on another for trade, the larger partner naturally holds enormous leverage. Over the years, that leverage has sometimes appeared through tariffs, political pressure, or economic threats. Now imagine being Canada in that situation. It's a wealthy nation, a G7 country, a country filled with natural resources and highly educated workers, yet its economy remained deeply tied to a single market. Any political disagreement or trade conflict had the potential to send shockwaves through its industries. That is why something new has been quietly taking shape. Canada has started looking beyond its traditional trade patterns. Instead of relying almost entirely on one partner, Canadian leaders have begun exploring broader economic relationships with countries across Europe, Asia, and other growing markets. The idea behind this strategy is simple but powerful. Diversify trade partnerships so that no single country can dominate your economic future. Recently, that strategy began moving into a new phase. Canada started discussing deeper economic cooperation with other major economies, especially in sectors that will define the future global economy. Technology, energy, agriculture, and most importantly, electric vehicles. The electric vehicle industry is growing faster than almost any other market in the world. Governments everywhere are pushing toward cleaner transportation. Automakers are racing to develop better batteries, better supply chains, and more affordable electric cars. Whoever leads this industry will shape the transportation system of the future. And right now, Chinese manufacturers have become one of the biggest forces in that market. Chinese companies are producing electric vehicles at lower costs and in massive quantities. Their technology and manufacturing scale have made them serious competitors on the global stage. For countries around the world, that creates both opportunity and uncertainty. Opportunity because these vehicles could help accelerate the transition to cleaner transportation. Uncertainty because economic partnerships in this space can influence geopolitics, supply chains, and long-term economic alliances. So when Canada began exploring trade opportunities that could expand its agricultural exports, while also opening the door to new electric vehicle markets, it immediately caught international attention. What looked like a normal trade discussion quickly became something much bigger, because trade is never only about trade. It is about influence. It is about strategic partnerships. It is about who will shape the economic rules of the future. For Canada, expanding global trade relationships brings clear advantages. Canadian farmers gain access to new markets for beef, seafood, grains, and agricultural products. Canadian businesses gain access to larger international supply chains. Consumers could gain access to more competitive technologies in emerging industries.